Hello and welcome to Simply Football. You're watching FC Goa TV and I am Neeraj Prabhu. FC Goa missed the chance to cement the top position in the ISL 5 after going down by 3-0 at Bengaluru FC. Despite being down to 10 men, the Blues gave out an unbelievable performance, especially in the second half of the match, and that made FC Goa lose the game, or rather FC Goa were outplayed in that second half, and thus Carlos Kodrat's side are once again set to finish the ISL on the top position. Last year as well, Bengaluru FC finished at the top of the table in the league phase in the ISL. This time though, FC Goa looked like they would challenge the Blues, but that was not supposed to happen, as the Gores were found wanting in the second half. The first half was a very competitive affair, with FC Goa finding more clearer opportunities. However, the hosts, who were without the services of their talismanic forward Sunil Chetri and Eric Parthalu as well, they gave an outstanding performance and won the game. Another fact that makes Bengaluru's victory more special is that they were down to 10 men towards the later stages of the first half, and they played the entire second half with 10 men, and it was an unbelievable performance. If you are a Bengaluru fan, you would really love the character of the team, but the FC Goa fans should be really disappointed by the defeat. Nevertheless, FC Goa are in the second position in the ISL, and having already qualified, they are going to play in the playoffs. In our studio today, we have, as always, the former India striker, Francis de Souza. Francis, what's your first reaction to this stunning loss for FC Goa?
Yes, Neeraj, unexpected and shocking. I think the fans must be disappointed. There were high expectations from FC Goa after their brilliant performances at home. But like I always say, and there's an old saying, that form is temporary and quality is permanent, and that's what FC Goa displayed yesterday. They were driven up by some external force in such a way in the second half that one never expected it, and neither did the FC Goa players. In the first half, it was a balanced first half. Chances were missed by both the teams, and more glaringly by FC Goa by hitting the post twice. But the writing on the wall was a couple of minutes before the first half ended. After the second yellow card which Nishu got, they missed a sitter. They missed a chance, Bengaluru, and the second the red card didn't deter the Bengaluru players mentally, and they created that chance which they couldn't convert. So we knew that it was on the wall that they would come back fighting, and rightly they did so, and it showed the character of the team and the players. Sure. What must have gone into the dressing room, you can just imagine, and that was what was translated on the field. They came with sort of a vengeance. You saw Miku coming there and giving his best. He was like a man possessed. I mean, he wanted to give a message to his fans and to FC Goa that, you know, if we are handicapped by a player, I mean, we can also come back and fight. And they did, because they did it without Chetri and they did it without Parthalu. Right. They are the base of the team. So it shows their quality and the character, and they rightly deserved the victory for the performances they showed in the second half.
And what would you say was wrong with FC Goa? Although first half they looked very neat and their normal selves, what could have gone wrong with FC Goa in the second half?
No, normally it's human nature that, you know, you have now you're going to play against 10 men. It's natural that players tend to relax a bit, but you never expect the opponent team to come out and play that football that Bengaluru played. You know, they say never misjudge your opponents, underestimate your opponents.
Sure.
And they were taught a lesson by Bengaluru for underestimating the estimates, underestimating the opponents. So that's where I think everything went wrong. Not that FC Goa didn't play badly. That in the first half they played good football. They created the chances, they missed the chances. But in second half it was a different story. And I think where there was another mistake which Lovera did, was bringing out Murtada Fall. I think he is a dependable stopper back. He has proved in the matches behind. And one mistake, one error shouldn't be the reason why Lovera had withdrawn him. I think he gives the rest of the players at the back that confidence.
Right.
And that's where I think we were more handicapped by his absence.
Well, there you go. FC Goa had created the chance very soon after the kickoff, with Ahmed Jahu coming so close to scoring his elusive first goal for FC Goa, but that was not to be, as his powerful drive struck against the goal post. In the second half, Brandon Fernandes found the frame of the goal again, so FC Goa didn't really have the luck as well. But the telling blows were struck by Bangalore FC with Udanta Singh and Miku and Juanan, who started the rot for FC Goa. These three players were on target, and Miku was the hero of the match on the day. A stunning performance by Miku in particular, as he was handful for FC Goa and he was all over the place. Looked like he had some personal target in that game and he played like a man possessed.
Yeah, I think you could see after the match there was a little bickering between him and Bumos. So there was definitely some ill feeling among both the players, which was evident on the TV screen yesterday. But like you said, you know, FC Goa did take the challenge to Bangalore in the second half. They missed those three chances and a sitter by Bumos.
Right.
Okay. So it's not that we were totally outplayed, but you know, the absence of Murtada Fall created the space for them there. Murtada Fall, if Lenny and Jahu goes up into attacks, it's Murtada Fall who comes and covers that area.
Yes.
And that was the area where Miku and Udanta got the space to create that goal. So I think his absence was a big problem for the defense of FC Goa, and they missed him for this reason, that the space was created and Miku and Udanta exploited the space.
Right. Coming back to the sending off of Nishu Kumar, he was sent off with two bookings. So what do you make of that ruling by the referee when he flashed that second yellow card? It seemed like it was for dissent. Do you agree with that ruling?
I don't really know what was said during the penalization of Nishu, but I thought it was a little harsh, because I think he was already on a yellow card, and the incident wasn't very serious. It was a foul, no doubt, but didn't really deserve a yellow card. So there might have been something said by Nishu, which the referee didn't like it and showed him the yellow card. But it's the primary motive of a referee to see that, you know, you don't create the disbalance in the team, ratio of numbers for some flimsy reasons. When you show a red card, a second yellow offence will definitely be a red card. So it has to sort of back your decisions, whatever you do, and that's where I think the referee might have made a little error.
Right. And the referee also left a lot to be desired when it came to Penna, who was holding on to Miku for too long in the penalty area, and it seemed like a valid appeal for a penalty by Miku in the second half.
Yes, Neeraj, it's the same old story with Indian referees. You need the guts to award a penalty kick, and the Indian referees are overburdened with so many things on your mind. So I think when you referee a match, you have to have a courage. You have to observe, you have to recognize, and you have to award. And it was a clear penalty. There's no doubt about it. But how he didn't award it was a big question mark to me. And it was so evident. He was very close by. He had seen the situation very well. So that's always a point, that the Indian referees are not performing to their desired result.
Right. So Carlos Quadrat was very pleased with the performance, with the result of his boys, and he praised the players after the game, saying that it was the character of the players that has stood out well, as he had told them at the halftime to play for each other, help each other out, so that they cover up for the disadvantage of being down to 10 men. Whereas Sergio Lobera, the coach of FC Goa, seemed very disappointed, and this is what he had to say at the post-match press conference in Bangalore. This is what he had to say, and I quote, "I think the fact that Bangalore being one man down was bad for us. I believe we got overconfident because we thought it was going to be easier. I think since I have become manager of FC Goa, the last 45 minutes was the worst I have seen. We lost the ball and we gave them good chances to recover. The first goal we conceded from a set piece, which was a big mistake. After the second goal came, we did not have many chances to get back in the game." So this is what the Spanish coaches said. Maybe the boys were overconfident. A big statement by the coach, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, because that's what he expected after the first half performance. And you know, this is what the players have to realize when they come after a break, that you have to start the game all over again, and if you don't put your head and your attitude in place, I mean, you cannot get the rhythm once again. And I think, you know, Nishu's red card motivated the Bangalore players. They came out with sort of a vengeance, because I have seen most of the players like Rahul Beke, Udanta, Cabra, Dimas playing with some sort of vengeance, you know. So I think that made all the difference in the game in the last 45 minutes, and very rightly so. I think FC Goa players must be a little complacent in taking the field in the second half, because initially they created the chances, they hit the post, and you know, after that this is what happened to FC Goa, and Boomers missed that chance after a couple of goals were scored. So I think that's where you know,
so nothing went FC Goa's way in the second half.
They were not able to, you know, they were not able to get control of the midfield. They were not able to have that possession of football which they have. You control the game by having that possession in the midfield and then going into attack. Koro was not given much leeway in front. He hardly got a chance to prove himself, except for that chance where Brendan took the ball and hit the post. But otherwise, you know, they were always. Yeah, I have noticed that the moment the flanks were, the ball was on the flank with the FC Goa player, the box in front, the 6-yard box was packed up by defenders. So they had a plan which they worked out very well, and they succeeded in bottling up Koro and company.
Yesterday there was also unusual sight of Jahu's long balls along the ground being intercepted, and there were a couple of key interceptions which led to one of the goals of Bangalore FC. So in the second half they were cutting the supply off very well.
Yeah, there was that beautiful interception by Dimas, who floated that ball beautifully over the head and straight to Udanta. This is where I said, you know, Murtada Fall, if you noticed him in most of the games, when Jahu and Lenny goes up,
yeah,
he's always parks himself at that area, and that's where there was a hole, and that's where Udanta exploited it.
So when Lobera had to take off Fall, he tried to bring in another foreigner, but it was in advanced position in Bumu, and then got Lenny to restructure in the defense, and that didn't work out at all.
No, but that's his philosophy. He is going to keep on attacking you and putting the pressure on you to make, it's like saying, you know, attack is the best form of defense.
Right.
So I think that he knew the potential of Krush there, whom he could use in the midfield by holding the ball and creating the chances. So his philosophy is, you keep on attacking, and that will automatically, you know, strengthen the defense, bring less balls into the defense, and that's where it went wrong.
Right, so it was one of those days where nothing went FC Goa's way, and luck was also not on their side, as they found the frame of the goal twice. So FC Goa have now crashed to their fourth defeat in the ISL this season, and just one game remains now in the league phase, and that's against Chennai FC on 28th of February, that's on Thursday. And this will be your last opportunity to go for the league game, because FC Goa Prudent Quiz offers you the chance, offers 5 couples a chance to go to the Fatorda Stadium to witness the home game. And this is your question for the final quiz of the league phase.
Grab a chance to support your favorite team in 5th edition of India Super League. Answer this simple question and 5 lucky winners will win couple passes.
What is FC Goa's slogan in ISL 5? A. Now we rise. B. Unite, charge. C. Jiteka.
SMS your correct answer, type FC space your option space your name space taluka and send it to 777404411.
Send in your entries before 26 February 7 p.m.
Winners will be announced on our Facebook Prudent page. So Goa, let's football with your favorite channel Prudent.
Well, now the final game of the league phase is on Thursday. Chennai FC, the bottom place team, but they, in the last game, they got a result against Bengaluru FC. So FC Goa will have to be on the top of their game to get a victory towards the end of the league phase.
Yes, Neeraj, I am very optimistic. I have always been very positive and optimistic. The quality of players that the FC Goa team has and their capabilities is never in doubt. You may have the small hiccups, but I am sure FC Goa will come back and prove to all the fans and to us that they are made of champions material, and they will have to pick up their play to a very high level, because now that Bengaluru FC has got themselves into a rhythm. They have got their
they are back.
Yeah, they are back, and you have to lift your games notches above, so that you can finally lift the trophy.
Right, and if we look at this defeat in another way, it's good to have a defeat just before you go into the very crucial phase of the league, so that you are pumped up for the bigger challenges, isn't it?
Not exactly, Neeraj,
Right.
because it's how you look at it. You always want to be on a winning streak, and you want to complete the championship on a winning streak. You like to have a smooth transition to the top. But if you are made up of very strong mental ability, this defeat should not deter you in any way.
Sure.
We know the capabilities of the 4 or 5 players who have, ably supported by Brendan, Jackie Chan and Mandar and Sheraton with his runs. So I am confident that they will pick up. Yesterday was just a thing that nobody expected, and I am sure FC Goa will be a force to lift the championship.
As you believe in the momentum, you would have loved to see FC Goa winning that game and going full steam ahead.
Yes, that's always the message that you would like to see send across to all your opponents. That we are invincible, and we are very serious about winning the trophy in this edition. So that was what was not to be yesterday, with a splendid performance coming from 10-men Bengaluru.
Right. Thank you, Francis, for being here with us as always.
Pleasure.
So that's what it seemed like. We thought FC Goa would be invincible from here on, but that wasn't to be, and FC Goa can now only lift themselves up higher again and cruise and win the title for us, but still a long way to go. We all hope they can do it. That's all the time in this show. Keep watching Prudent. Goodbye.